Patty Reed's doll. A doll doesn't need to be cursed or possessed to give someone the creeps. It might just have a strange facial expression, or be missing body parts from years of moving around. Or it may have witnessed repeated acts of cannibalism, such as the case with Patty Reed's doll. Patty, 8 years old, was traveling to California in 1846, with her family, and other pioneers, a group known to history as the Donner Party. As you may well already know, this group of travelers became snowbound, and turned to eating bits of leather, mice, old bones and, finally, each other. Halfway through their journey, the Reeds asked Patty to get rid of all her toys and other unnecessary items to lighten the wagon's load. Though she complied, Patty managed to smuggle her beloved doll beneath her voluminous dress. The doll, along with the entire Reed family, miraculously survived their hellacious journey west, and was able to enjoy a comfortable life in San Jose. Patty's doll is now on display at Sutter's Fort State Historical Park Museum in Sacramento, California. While this doll isn't known to be haunted, it has a rather macabre place in history. It's difficult to look at it and not immediately think of little Patty Reed chewing on human flesh. Patty and her doll's experience is so compelling that a children's historical fiction book was written about it in 1956, and has been educating kids ever since. The Devil Baby Doll. New Orleans has a history rich with folklore and voodoo. Legend has it that during the 1800s, a daughter from an affluent family married a wealthy Scotsman. An angry, jealous, ex-lover of hers sought revenge, and asked the Queen of Voodoo, Marie Laveau, for help. Laveau cursed the bride, a curse which came to fruition when the bride went into labor with her first child. The young mother died, but not before bringing a grotesque creature into this world. It is said, this baby was the progeny of Satan himself. Laveau brought the baby home, and cared for it up until her death. It's rumored that, once the baby died, it was buried alongside her, in the St. Louis Cemetery No. 1. The citizens of New Orleans feared the devil baby. People say, it would hide in the shadows and alleys, wreaking havoc wherever it went. To protect themselves, townsfolk would carve fake devil babies out of gourds, and hang the dolls outside their homes, to frighten off the real one. Some of these dolls are said to still exist today, but are rare and highly coveted. In the early 20th century, new versions of the Devil Baby dolls began appearing around New Orleans. These were said to look exactly like the real Devil Baby, and because of this, these dolls were said to be possessed. Artist Ricardo Pustiano claims to have been able to buy remnants of the last remaining doll from that era, and currently recreates them for purchase. Many customers have claimed these dolls are evil, following you with their glass eyes, and moving on their own. They come with buyer beware warnings, because it appears the spirit of the Devil Baby is alive and well. The Pulauyuban Barbie. Barbie is arguably the most popular doll in the world. So popular, in fact, that a dead girl requested it purchased for her, from beyond the grave. At the beginning of World War I, the British mistrusted many foreigners in their colonies, and the British Army investigated one German couple in Singapore in 1914 as possible spies. The couple was caught, but their young daughter escaped, only to fall off a cliff and die. A shrine was erected in her memory by the locals, in Pulauyuban, with a porcelain altar that, supposedly contains a lock of the girl's hair, and her crucifix. The Barbie doll has only been there since around 2007. A man from Pulauyuban had the same dream 3 nights in a row involving a white girl, leading him to a toy store, and to a Barbie doll within it. After the 3rd night, the man went to that store during the day, and found the doll he had seen in his dream. He bought it, and placed it at the shrine, replacing an urn that had stood there. Townspeople and tourists now visit the doll, bringing offerings of items like lipstick and perfume, hoping the spirit of the girl will bring them good luck or heal them. If you can't make it to Singapore, you can at least buy Mattel's Haunted Beauty doll for collectors. Sadly, the doll is only dressed in a ghostly manner, and it shows few or no supernatural tendencies. Joliet. What would you do if part of your family's legacy was a haunted baby doll? That's how life is for a woman named Anna, the current mother to a little baby doll named Joliet. For 4 generations, the women in Anna's family have been cursed to keep up a cruel tradition. Each daughter gives birth to 2 children, a boy and a girl. In each case, the son mysteriously dies on its 3rd day of life. Anna's been old. Joliet was given to her then pregnant great-grandmother by a vengeful friend. Soon after, her great-grandmother gave birth to a boy, only to have it die on day 3. Giggles and inhuman screams are heard in the night, coming from the doll. The family claims the cries of different infants can be heard, making the doll appear to be the vessel for all the baby boys lost over the years. Letta the Gypsy Doll. In 1972, Kerry Walton returned to his Australian hometown for his grandmother's funeral. During this time, he decided to face a childhood fear by visiting an abandoned building that had scared him for years. When he went to this house, he discovered an old marionette underneath its porch. Kerry felt compelled to take it home with him, and they've been together ever since. According to psychics, the doll was made 200 years ago by a Romanian gypsy for his son, who had drowned. The gypsies believed in spirit transference, and dolls would act as a new home for the dead. The doll has real human hair, and underneath the scalp is a likeness of a human brain. He was given the name Letta, or Letta, due to his European gypsy heritage, or because the doll occasionally screams, "Let me out." Nothing evil has been reported surrounding this doll in recent years. In fact, after finding the doll, Walton's luck changed for the better, and his collectibles business began to boom. Still, some quirks allegedly surround Letta. It will rain whenever he's taken outside, and hanging pictures may fall off the wall when he enters a room. Dogs bark and attempt to attack whenever they're near Letta, and people have said they feel inexplicably afraid and sad when they see him. Letta is also supposedly capable of moving on his own, changing positions while seated, and emitting a pulse while held.